on, people? Sorry for the technical difficulties. I'm here with Moose. It's me, Moose. Got the other NBA gurus in here, Tommy and Garrett. What's going on, fellas?
How you guys doing?
Good, good. And again, people thought everything was right. Guess it wasn't. Just comment in the chat, see if you can hear everybody. Obviously, we want everybody to be heard because of their expert advice. So back when we were leading off, we're starting off. We were going with the single game slate, the 5:30 New Orleans-Memphis game. We said it's more a lower risk contest. We found a double up, nice double up. And with Anthony Davis out, I asked you guys, who do you think is the best captain spot in a time like this? And what was your guys' answer?
We said Randall, basically because he's the biggest beneficiary from Anthony Davis's absence.
Okay.
He averages almost 44 DraftKings points per game in a 5-game.
Yeah, 5-game sample.
Damn, that's and that's a pretty good sample size, right?
Yeah, it's a pretty good sample size. I feel like that's about over 120 minutes worth of sample.
Probably even more than that, honestly. Well, if you consider all the time he's been off the court, it's a lot.
Yeah.
And then the other one, if you wanted to pivot away from Randall, because I'm sure he's going to be extremely high owned as a captain, Drew Holiday averages around 39.5 in the same 5-game sample. So they're pretty similar. And, I mean, it's a little bit less, but he's a good pivot, I would say.
Okay. So in someone like a low risk where you're just trying to top the top half, I think you would almost have to go Randall, especially getting some of that the salary savings between Holiday. Do you agree with that?
Yeah,
absolutely. Although salary in this slate isn't going to be much of a
yeah, that's true. Yeah. So then, with that, then do you think we play or try and fit in Holiday as a utility player?
Yeah, for sure.
Definitely.
Holiday for sure, and then Miertik, as long as he gets minutes, which his minutes been taken off.
Okay, so let's actually take a look. I know we briefly mentioned the Occupy model. It's a real-time adjustable player dashboard using over 150 metrics to rank every player on every slate. We talked about how it has the OF index, which is that sortable number. Boyle, you talked about the DK and FanDuel value as well. We also have Yahoo value up now, sorting by all that. And there's also a projected minutes tab as well. So I know you said Miertik, looking at his minutes. Let's look at Miertik. Projected for basically 30 minutes. So I think that's a good play right there as well.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Definitely. So we go here. We have 5,000, basically 5,000 remaining per player. So I'm assuming we have to fit some sort of value, guys, right?
There's two value picks in the slate. And they're local for Diallo because of the Anthony Davis absence. Will, do you have any preference on which one?
Diallo averages more in the sample size. I mean, it's only a point more. It's 16 compared to 15.
Mm-hmm.
So either one, they're kind of interchangeable. Darius Miller costs a little bit more, but he actually averages 25 without Davis in there.
Okay. So I think the biggest thing for this game is to focus around that Anthony Davis being out and looking at who has the biggest usage with him out. Am I correct in saying that?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Okay, cool. So you said before Darius Miller. Who'd you say before that, Garrett?
I would say Okafor ahead of Diallo.
Yeah, so I'm looking here. Yeah, Okafor is only 1,600. Yeah. That's great.
Okafor's only. I also I've been looking at game script. They've been giving Okafor more minutes each Diallo in previous games. Not that it matters that much because it's mostly garbage time.
Mm-hmm.
But looking at the statistics, he very much looks like a better fit in both with Okafor or Sheik.
But you probably have to fit one of those to win. So I would probably go Okafor and Miller as the two cheap value guys.
Okay, so if we go Okafor and Miller here, that leaves us with 10-2. Basically anybody that we want. And just looking at the top player here, Mike Conley, do you think that's a good player for the last spot?
I think he is a great play for the last bet. He's going to be going up probably against
Yeah, it'll probably be Peyton. And Peyton's not. I mean, he's not bad at defense, but I mean, Drew Holiday's known for his defense, so it's better to go up against Peyton than Holiday.
If you look at the guard statistics, the Pelicans are in the bottom 10 in the league against other guards.
Okay.
So I'd say Mike Conley's a great play.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So you said you think he's a great play?
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. So if we go here, and that leaves us a remaining salary of 400 on a single game slate. That's fine. You don't need to do exactly all your salary. You can leave a little bit off the table. No problem. So like that lineup a lot. Go ahead and enter this contest. Hopefully it didn't fill. All right, we're good. Let's see here. So we definitely like that. Give us a lot of exposure outside of. Oh, never mind. The contest is full. Why did DraftKings tell me that it went in? But, all right. So it's another contest exactly the same. Let's just go ahead and enter that. We're in. Perfect. So we got that single game down. We pivoted around the Anthony Davis injury being out. We used the Occupy model and the Guru's knowledge to pick some value plays. Do you want to go to the next showdown slate? You want to go for that 6 o'clock late slate? What do you guys want to do?
Let's look at the 6 o'clock late game first, I think.
Okay.
Let's do that.
Yeah, it gives some people more time to get their lineups in.
Perfect. You said the 6 o'clock the late slate or the single game?
We'll go with the 4 game that starts at 6.
Perfect.
Yeah, probably sorry about my echo. It's my headset. I'm going to make sure I have a different headset for the next chat.
Yeah, it just means you're a douchebag who needs to limit himself to like single words.
Just gotta wear those Beats headphones.
Tommy's fault.
I'm not the one wearing red Beats right now.
You're like, do I do Beats? Do I do AirPods? Like, come on, bro, just get a headset like normal people.
Normal Apple ones. You gotta wear like the $200, $300 headphones
That don't even work.
These for free.
All right. So back to more serious topics besides going on Garrett. We go ahead. Let's see. Do you like the slate more on DraftKings? Do you want to stay on DraftKings? Do you want to switch over to FanDuel?
It's whatever you want to do. I mean,
right.
I know FanDuel is a little bit smaller. I thought, right? Isn't it?
FanDuel, I think that's smaller plays. Let me just take a look. They have a 4 game slate at 6 o'clock.
All right.
Is it the same?
Yeah, it's the same slate.
Same slate. We could switch over. That's fine.
All right, cool. So we go ahead and get over to FanDuel. Let's see what games are on here.
Carmelo Anthony was traded to the Bulls, so that just happened. Don't know why.
What?
Whoa, what?
Melo, which is traded over to the Bulls.
Oh, wow.
It's gonna be like the Hawks in the beginning of the year, where he was like traded and cut.
Also, just for people who are playing the single game slate for the Pelicans, Jaleel Okafor is starting for Davis. So we like even better now as the value play over Cheek.
Mm-hmm. Okay, bet. So let's go ahead here. So I got FanDuel finally loaded up. Do you see this new game style they have? A 3-point challenge where you have like an MVP 3-pointer only? That is actually terrible.
What?
So it's 3 players, only 3-pointers. You have a regular person, a 1.5x, and a 2x.
All right, so I put James Harden in everything with that.
James, Steph Curry, and Buddy Hield.
Perfect. And you win $1 million. All right, so we got the 6 o'clock late game slate going on. Let's see what games are on for this over at FanDuel. And yeah.
Houston, which I'm going to tonight, and Portland, Utah, and Golden State.
Perfect. And that's what I love about our Occupy model is that there's so many adjustable filters. So we're just going to go ahead in here and just take a look at. We're just going to put the teams in that we want to look for. So we got Miami, Boston, Philly. Portland, Utah. And Golden State, LA.
points in it, right?
All right, so I have everything here filtered in our Occupy model for this, and wow, James Harden has an OF index of 18 with that $14,000 price tag.
Can you blame me? I mean, he's 14,000 on FanDuel. He's still hitting value.
That's the craziest shit. I know the last stream they were talking about how they're like, could Brian guard James Harden and hold him under 75 fantasy points? We're like, dude, he's scoring 75 fantasy points against real NBA players. Of course not. All right, so taking a look here, there's some really good studs. I'm looking here. We also got some value plays. So do you think we go maybe a little bit higher risk? This case, maybe we go like a 3x or something like that.
Yeah, we can do that.
Okay.
Also, another thing you gotta keep track on in the slate is the Embiid Jimmy Butler news. They're both game time decisions. So if that comes out before what time is it, 6 o'clock?
Yeah.
Then definitely make sure to pay attention to that because I can change the slate.
I mean, I'll assume both are going to play just because Embiid's been questionable with his back for the last week now, and he's been playing all the games. I don't know why Butler's been questionable. Just kind of soft, but
yeah, it's crazy. I mean, I'm looking at the Occupy injury report here. Embiid with a 33% usage, Butler with a 24% usage. So between those two, over half the usage. Yeah, that's crazy.
That's just Simmons triple double, 30 points, like. But
absolutely. So let's go ahead and get this multiplier up and see if they got a 3x or something like that. They don't, because FanDuel's a piece of shit. They only have double ups. So maybe we look for we'll go for like a 100-player league. That's great.
Nice 5-player league right there.
Let's see here. Let's see. Let's pull up that $5 one. Let's take a look at this one here. Let's see who's in it. And while we're going through the contest, just want to say that the Super Bowl props guide is going to be released on the 27th. So a week from today, it's going to have pretty much every Super Bowl prop you could ever imagine, what you should bet it, what we have it as, when you should bet it. Premium members will get it for free, and you'll be able to purchase it on the website as well.
Super Bowl props are just silly.
We actually made a first couple ones. I know I bet over on the national anthem at over a minute 50 seconds right now. So that looks good to me. So
that's gonna last at least 3 minutes.
All right, so I don't see any 100-player leagues. I don't that are really good to play. Let's see if there's literally anything else, because FanDuel's just a piece of shit. I'm just gonna bitch about them every day.
I hate FanDuel.
Let's see what is this? All right, so here's a 20-player league, top 3 get it. But still, there's pretty much everybody in that has got an experience badge. FanDuel, what are you doing? Come on, almost there. I think. Well, so then how high risk do you think this lineup potential lineup could go? Do you think maybe we could do it in like a smaller size single entry GPP if that's available?
I think you could go down that way. That's usually what I do if I go high risk and go smaller GPPs. Try to win big in those. That way, because like if you're going high risk, you have a better chance of popping out as well.
Yeah, the echo was really bad there. I heard maybe something like that.
You want me to talk for you now? Yeah, he was basically saying that he'll go really high risk because, I mean, if it's not basically almost a perfect line, you're not gonna win if it's like only first place wins. So.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So let's see if we can find something here. Yeah, it's like his first couple sentences are good, and then after that it's just all downhill from there. So, all right. I'm trying to find something that's worth anything going into, and this is what is so important. I mean, it's like you can pick the right players as many times as you could, but if you're playing up against you know, like people with so much experience, professionals, they have a lot better tools than you. Most of the time, you're probably going to lose against a pro. So contest selection is just so key. So I actually don't see anything on here. You guys want to switch back over to DraftKings and just say fuck FanDuel?
Yeah, that works.
I will always be happy to say fuck FanDuel.
Perfect. Hashtag fuck FanDuel. So, all right. We got DraftKings back up here. Let's see. Classic. And it's the same 4 games, right?
Yeah, same 4.
Let's see. So we're looking for the multiplier. Damn, even DraftKings is slipping. They don't have any multipliers at all.
It's a half hour before lock.
All right, let's take a look. We gotta play something.
We can always go just regular cash.
Yeah.
There's a lot of value with the Lakers injuries.
That's true. Yeah.
Kenneth Faried coming in min price.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Yeah, it might be more cash play than high risk.
Okay, so let's take a look at some of the cash lineups, or some of the lineups in here. All right, so the one I found was this one, the $5. It's a $5 double up. Let's take a look here. All right, so got it up here. So taking a look at the Occupy model, we see James Harden has such a significant OF index compared to everybody else. Do you think he's the first player that we go in and put in?
I think you've got to plug in James Harden, especially in cash.
Yeah, you have to.
Yeah.
If you're not plugging in James Harden in cash, you're just bound to lose.
Yeah, because I mean, yeah, he's going to go for 85 points and just destroy you every time.
Especially against the Sixers, I'm assuming I'm going to watch him just drop tonight.
Yeah, I love the Sixers to death, but once a big name player comes in, it's kind of lights out. And Kemba Walker and Booker and all those guys.
Damn. So I pull the model up here. So I'm not sure what your strategy is. I'm not the expert here. I usually like to play a stud, and then I'll sort by DK value or FanDuel value, whatever site I'm playing on, and then I'll just kind of go around with that. Does that seem like a viable strategy?
Yeah, that's usually what we do. Yeah. Cool.
So sorting by DK value, we got some Sixers. We got Redick, Chandler. We got Cousins. Who are some of the people that you like here?
I love. Let me take a look. I love Cruz tonight. Without any ball, Rondo, or James.
Yeah, we're looking for values though.
Yeah, I know.
That's why you have an echo, because you.
For value, I mean, he's supposed to make his debut for the Rockets, and I'm assuming he's going to play just because.
And who are you talking about?
Kenneth Faried, my bad.
Okay.
But yeah, Kenneth Faried should play more tonight just because he's I guess their only real center. I mean, I guess you can consider a real center, but I mean, the way he's been playing, I'm not really sure the Rockets want to let him play.
Yeah, he's actually his OF index. I'm not sure if that's just the error in our model, but has an OF index of 1.
Team yesterday, so
yeah.
He could have only earned like 10 to 15 minutes, but he ended minimum price. It's definitely worth a look, especially.
I couldn't hear that last part. You said Fareed could be good in cash because he's getting minutes.
Yeah, they expect him to get it's not going to obviously be 30 minutes, but when he was on the Nets, he got anytime he got over 20 minutes, he was bound to get at least 20 to 25 fantasy points. Right here, he played 27 when he was on the Nets, he played 27 minutes and he got 36 and a half fantasy points. So, he puts a lot of usage in when he's in the game.
Yeah, definitely.
And he played over 20 minutes. He doubled.
Yeah, I remember watching him in college. It was fun. We actually got something in the chat here from Brian saying that these occupied quarter zips are fire. So appreciate that.
I wonder who got me this.
Yeah, we'll try to figure out prices and everything. If anyone wants to look to buy some, we'll try to figure out pricing and post it on Twitter.
Absolutely, yeah. And Bismo says we should set up a store. Yeah, that would be perfect for Occupy Fantasy merch.
Let me. I'll talk to who made these, and we'll see how much pricing is for all of them.
Definitely, yeah. So we got a stud. We got a pretty good value play. What do you guys think? I know you guys are probably gonna be biased for it, but I've always had success playing him. But JJ Redick, do you like him tonight?
He's such a tough player to trust. With his 3-point shooting, that's basically where all his points come from. But I feel like in a game where it's basically going to be a shootout, JJ Redick could be a really good option.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, I agree. He shoots pretty much 10 threes a game, and most of them are off that Embiid screen. So most of the time it's wide open.
Mm-hmm.
If he's hitting them, then he's going to end up with 6.5 times value. If he's not, he's going to get pulled and Shamet goes in. But in a game like tonight where they're going to have to keep scoring and keep up, Redick's a good play.
Okay, cool. So let's go ahead and put in Redick. So then, all right, so we got two of our value plays. We got a stud. I'm just going to sort back by Occupy Fantasy Index again, see who is number 2 in the model. And it's Embiid, but he is game time decision. Do you think it's worth playing someone like that? But it is DraftKings where you can do late swap.
Exactly. So Embiid, I think, would be a top player on DraftKings along with Harden if he plays, and I'm assuming he will because he played the last 2 with that back injury.
Okay.
He's going to be going up against Nene and Braid, who probably can't.
They're undersized. They're going to.
Undersized.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But even when Embiid was questionable with his back the last couple of games, his last couple of games he got 51 against OKC. Then he was questionable against the Pacers and he dropped 58. He was questionable against the Wolves. He dropped 55. He's consistently hitting that 5.5 times value.
Okay, cool. So we can go ahead and put him in, see what that looks like. And again, this is where you got to be around your computers during lock and even after lock. In case if something does happen, you want to be able to make a late change. So, all right. So let's see. We got small forward, guard forward, utility left going on. So after we pick a couple guys, what is your strategy? Do you just kind of just go down position? Do you still try and look for value plays? Because I'm still all new to NBA.
I was going by position, and I was actually putting Redick at the small forward position. But actually, it doesn't really matter. I put Redick at the small forward.
Okay.
And then another cheap point guard, I think, before you agree with me, I think Lance Stevenson is a great value play tonight at 4K.
Yeah, he actually came in. So Ball got hurt last game in the second, right, I guess 4 minutes into the second half.
Okay.
And Hart came in and played for him most of that time. But then Lance came in and he started playing really well. He actually played the overtime over Hart.
Oh, okay.
So I'm not sure. I don't
think he's starting.
Lance is starting. Lance is not starting.
He's starting.
No, it's either Hart or the ski guy, SVI, whatever his name is.
Sure.
That was my last update.
Okay.
But Lance will come
off the bench is even better.
Yeah, he'll get more usage off the bench anyway.
And who was that? It was a bit of echo.
Lance Stevenson.
Okay. So you said we should probably go with someone like Lance Stevenson because of the injury.
Yeah, because of the injury to Ball, he'll get it. He'll get a decent size boost there.
Perfect. So we got there, and now for guard, forward, and utility. I'm just looking back at the Occupy model. Let's see how many. We have 46, basically 4,600 left per player. So in that case, then we do kind of have to filter by value. And again, it's another filter that we have with the Occupy model. We can filter by position. So if you're looking for a position, go ahead and do that. So I'm just seeing who the best guard is right now, according to our DK value. We got Austin Rivers up there, Davis Caldwell Pope, Marcus Smart. Any of those guys, I'm taking a look at what we have. Maybe like Marcus Smart getting 27 minutes. Maybe Caldwell Pope getting 35 minutes.
Caldwell Pope intrigues me. Let me take a look at. He started last game. He's always in the starting lineup. And let's see, when did Caldwell leave the game? He left the game in the third quarter, and Contavious played almost the entire fourth and all of the OT. What are your thoughts on that, Boyle? He played in the entire end of the game in the time and in all of OT and played almost 40 minutes.
And you said that was Caldwell Pope?
Yeah, Caldwell Pope. I definitely like that. Yeah. He played 40 minutes last game. I mean, he shot terribly, but I mean, he's not going to go 0 for 7 from 3 again. So,
okay,
yeah, perfect. I definitely like that player.
Perfect. So let's take a look. We'll put him in, and then let's take a look at forwards.
I mean, the other thing we could do is I really like Kuzma and/or Ingram, just because I mean Kuzma he's got 50 points in back-to-back games now, or DK points in back-to-back games now, and his price didn't go up at all.
Damn.
Yeah, he's pretty good. And then
so do you think maybe Ingram we can try and fit him in? Do you think maybe we can try and fit him in as like the utility or the forward?
Well, with Embiid, we didn't be able to do so. I mean, if we took Embiid out and put in a cheaper center, we would probably be able to fit one or both of them in there.
Let's see. So then, do you think we take Embiid out, go Kuzma for that savings?
Yeah, I would go Kuzma over Embiid there. I mean Kuzma. I mean, what was it? They had like an interview today with him, and he's like, yeah, what does it mean that Ball is out? Like, how does that affect your team? He literally just straight faced said more shots for me. I mean, I know it was a joke, but like, I still thought it was pretty funny.
That's awesome.
Yeah, he did that, and then I know Ingram is also playing point guard tonight.
Okay.
So he's gonna let him go. He pretty much puts up 10 points a game, so that should be a double-double.
Yeah, and this is I'm looking at the right end of Brandon Ingram for the Lakers, right?
Yes.
Perfect. Damn, stacking that late game.
If you're gonna go Ingram, I'd take out Caldwell Pope, right?
Yeah, I mean at that point it's 4 Lakers. Yeah, I mean if you put in both Brandon Ingram and Kuzma,
then we would take out Pope.
Probably, yeah.
Okay, so we take out Pope. So we take out Pope. That leaves us with a center and guard, 4,800 remaining. I'm looking here. If we wanted to, that's another good thing about the Occupy models. You can filter by salary. So let's say if we just want to show people only 4,800 or less. And I'm just looking at like potential centers in this case.
I saw Boogie was a decent value on the model.
Yeah.
I mean, he had 31 fantasy points in 15 minutes. He's playing 20 tonight, they said. I feel like the Warriors are just looking to get him going, so they're just going to keep feeding him the ball, let him shoot.
So if we look at
I agree with that.
This is 3,900 for a guard. I'm just gonna put that in.
If you move Ingram to guard, then you have utility.
Oh yeah, good call. All right, so we put Ingram in as guard, and we got 3,900 left for the utility. Looking at the Occupy model, we got someone like let's see. What do you think about? I'm just looking at the DK value on here. We got Wilson Chandler, Nene, James Johnson. Any of those names stick out for you?
James Johnson's not a bad option.
Okay. Yeah, and he's getting 20 minutes. That's something that we'd like to have. At least players play at least 20 minutes, and that is differentiating the lineup a little bit. We're getting some Miami exposure as well.
Yeah, for sure.
That's another thing is I just noticed Andre Iguodala at 390. If you look at what he's been doing lately, he's been hitting 5 times value easily.
Oh, really? Okay.
10 games, he's hit 5 times value of 8 of them.
Nice.
Playing like 20 minutes a game.
And that was Johnson. You said?
Yeah, either one. I mean, Iguodala and Johnson, they're interchangeable. I mean, I'd probably side with the Occupy model here. I'd probably say James Johnson. He's playing more minutes, so more minutes equals more opportunity.
Yeah. So.
Jimmy Butler's ruled out. Thank you. Someone in the chat.
Jimmy Butler is ruled out.
Oh wow. Okay.
More of a wuss than we thought.
Yeah, really. Wow. All right. So I guess he is.
Bigger beneficiary from that, and probably Wilson Chandler too.
I would say Embiid. I mean,
Embiid, yeah, absolutely.
So then you think we go back to Embiid now?
Shit. That's the problem with making NBA changes so quickly with the injuries.
Yeah. So you said you think we go Embiid now?
Yeah, I would probably go Embiid in there, and then
got to take out Kuz and Ingram. I think we'll restart from there.
If you just take out Kuz, you can play around with like really little money.
All right, let's see. So we took out him. Yeah, 7,800. So do you think we take out DeMarcus Cousins and put in Embiid there?
Yeah, for sure.
All right, we do that. Put in Embiid. At least there's 3,400 left for a forward. Let's see if anybody sticks out there.
Move James Johnson to forward.
Let's see.
But we could do. How much do we have? 34.
Yeah.
I don't know if he makes the rotation again, but every time Butler's been out, Korkmaz has been going off.
Who is that?
Furkan Korkmaz from the Sixers. I'm not sure if he's going to get the start for Butler, but the last couple games he has, and he's been playing really well with it. I mean, he hasn't really been getting minutes as of lately, but
if he does start,
I think I can look this up real quick.
Yeah, see if you can see if he's going to get the start.
It's really been that great without Jimmy Butler. Actually, this also counts as start of the season.
Yeah, just sort it by go type in game log after it, and then pretty much, yes, 2 years. Or if you want to do the beginning of December, pretty much, or December 16th, whenever the hell the trade was.
Gavin with 21 DraftKings points per game when Butler misses.
So that would be clean 7 times.
And we're still talking about Korkmaz?
Yeah. That would still be somewhat high risk just because I mean, he hasn't been getting any minutes as of in the last couple of games, but again, I don't know who would play instead of. I mean, we can always late swap.
Yeah, that's true. So then you want to put him in just so we get some just so we get the lineup in before lock.
Yeah. And then Same thing with James Johnson.
Yeah.
We can always, worst comes to worst, we have a little bit of cap space right there where we can move up from Korkmaz to someone else if we need to.
Cool. So I definitely like this lineup. Got a little bit of exposure from pretty much all the games. You guys cool with this one?
Yeah, I like it.
Perfect. All right, so the contest is full, but we went ahead and entered it in another one. I'm just curious, what is this? Have you guys heard about this Fantasy Baseball World Championship?
No, what's that?
I don't know, I just saw it pop up here. It's $250 entry fee, so I'm definitely out of my bankroll. But it's basically a live contest out in California, out in San Francisco for what is it, $4 million? It looks like. Yeesh, that's awesome. But yeah, out of my bankroll. Good luck to those who do it. So we go ahead. We got that lineup in. We got the first single game out. We got this 4-game slate out. Do you want to try maybe hashtag fuck FanDuel? But what?
You'd probably do go back to FanDuel for the Lakers.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Yeah, and see if they have anything, literally anything remotely close for the single game.
Oh, yeah, that works.
And then we'll go to the Houston-Philly game if you like.
Okay, cool.
Golden State.
So you guys are actually pretty much the experts at the single game, especially. What again?
I don't want the single game.
But yeah, and this is what's so crazy is that they have just not only do they have the MVP, they have the star, and the pro, which is 1.5 and 1.2x respectively. With that being the case, do you think maybe you gear towards lower risk because so many different combinations of players you can pick can really screw you over?
Yeah, I think you steer more towards low risk in this situation.
Okay.
Try and fit in any of the top liquor and players in there if you can. But also like try and use some of the value.
Yeah, like I see Lance is only 6,000. Yeah.
All right. Yeah. So I see this good double up. About a quarter of the entrants don't have experience badges, which is something you want to look for. So let's take a look here. All right, now how would you approach this? Would you guys start with your MVP, and then you just go down the list from there?
Yeah, I mean they're all the same price here, so it's not like you have to.
That's true.
And fit someone in like you do on DraftKings.
That's true. Yeah. So just refreshing the Occupy model for the single game. Let's see if we can go ahead and see who has the highest OF index. Let's see if we can get some values in there.
Ombre Caspi was just ruled out, but didn't that game start 20 minutes ago? Isn't that the?
No, that game started 5 minutes.
I was at the 6 o'clock. Oh, okay. I thought that was a 5:30.
I guess I would bump up Justin Holiday, maybe.
I don't know.
Kind of an irrelevant player, but
okay, cool.
Really play much anyway. So.
All right, so I got the model up for here, and of course the names you all know. You got KD, Kuzma, Curry, Boogie, Ingram, all showing up really, really high in the model. Who would you think you put as your MVP or your captain spot here? I think you would have to go either Durant or Curry, right?
I would say probably Durant.
Yeah, probably either. I mean, Durant or Curry is kind of interchangeable. I mean, the only thing with this game is that I saw the spread was like
12 and a half or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah. So they're most likely only going to be playing like 3 quarters, which I mean, I'm not saying like throw in like a bench player in your MVP, but it's just not going to be as high scoring as it could be.
Yeah.
I guess.
So,
but that said, I mean, you still kind of have to throw in Durant, Curry. I would say, I mean, if you can, probably Kuz in that third spot.
all right, yeah. So let's see if we do that. We do Durant, Curry, Kuz. At least with the 2 utility players, we probably have like $3 left to spend. 62.50 left.
Yeah, if you put in Lance, there's still nothing there to work with.
I mean, if this Fee guy starts, there's rumors about this guy might starting. We could plug him right in.
Who was that?
But again, I don't know if he's this Fee. What's his name? Fee Elijah Chuck or something. There's rumors about him starting for the Lakers tonight. I mean, if he is starting, I would say just throw him in.
All right.
But,
that the guy that has like a bajillion letters in his name.
Yeah, and they're all just weird. But yeah,
It's a weird trouble.
Yeah. All right. So he's 6,000. We put him in, and that's contingent on him starting. Again, we would have to be vigilant around the lock time. If he's not starting, then we got to figure out what the hell to do.
If he's not starting, I would probably recommend going down from.
Kuz to Ingram is what I would think. So Kuz to Ingram, it leaves you with 8,000, and
You could shove in.
shoving Chandler at that point, right?
So let's try that. So we have. So let's just say if on the off chance Svi, whatever his guy's name is, out. So then you said we would downgrade Kuzma to who? Ingram.
Brandon Ingram.
Okay. So we put in Ingram there. That leaves us 7,000 per player, which is a little bit more, not too much. Let's see.
I would probably do Tyson Chandler at that point.
Okay. So we put in Chandler, and he's pretty high up there in the model, like roughly middle. But he's looking to get some minutes. Let's see who else is there.
I would probably still put in Lance if he's an option.
Let's see. Yeah, he's 6.
I'm gonna do
So we put in Lance there. That leaves us with 1,000 remaining, which is fine in single game. You don't necessarily need to use all your cap because it's so hard to just get that close to your cap. You're trying to fit in studs, some deep value plays like we have here. But I like this lineup actually right here.
No, I like it. So, yeah. I'm seeing. Yeah, I mean, you can't really Chandler away. If you want to move up from Chandler to Zubac, it's too much. And I mean, obviously those centers are better, but they're also 1,500 and 250. Yeah, they're too expensive. So we'll just stick with Chandler.
Okay, cool. So I'm gonna go ahead and put this lineup in. Boom. So we got a lineup there for the single game. 10:30 Lakers Golden State. So we are looking pretty decent there. You said you wanted to go to the other single game as well, back on DraftKings.
Yeah, we can do that. We actually got a question. They're asking Wilson Chandler if Embiid sits.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone basically gets a boost in that case. Muscala, I would say Muscala would probably get the biggest because he would start at center. And then Butler is already out, and Simmons will probably have himself a day.
Cool. I love how you just know this stuff off the spot. It still baffles my mind.
You know your NFL stuff, it baffles me. So
you guys can just pull NFL stuff just like that.
That's true. That's true. Yeah. So you said, go ahead.
Any 76ers stat we'll know because we're just such big 76ers fans.
We would consider fans if we didn't know. Yeah. So.
Cool. So
we're doing
the Houston game.
Yeah, Houston Philly. We'll do this showdown on DraftKings.
Yep, we'll go ahead and do this, and then we'll get up out of here unless there's any more lingering questions. Cool. So, all right. So, again, let's see. I think that it's might be a more lower risk, just because there's going to be so many value plays that they're like popular value plays. Do you agree with that?
I agree.
Yeah.
Cool.
Well, between James Harden and the captain spot is basically impossible.
You said it's impossible to fit him in the captain spot?
I mean, he's half the price. I mean, if Joel gets ruled out, then it becomes a lot easier.
God damn, how the hell is going to be basically half your freaking cap? 23-1. What the fuck?
With him who don't play, you're kind of stuck.
I mean, but then if you think about it, if Harden gets 80, and then you get 120 based off that. So, but yeah, I mean, if Embiid gets ruled out, it becomes a lot easier to put Harden at your captain spot. You can go like Muscala. You can go. I mean, Wilson Chandler would also get a boost. I mean, even if we still throw in like Fareed, he's only 1,000, so you can definitely fit some more guys with Harden. But I mean, if Embiid's in, then most of that value just goes away.
Okay, so that's so tough. I mean, like, so then who would you? Just like you said, well, that if he goes off for 80, which apparently is his normal now, he's going to get 100 DraftKings points for you. It's kind of hard to overcome that. So
It really is.
yeah.
So you put him at the captain spot. There's basically nowhere else to go after that. It's impossible to build a lineup.
Yeah. So I mean, do you think then who would you guys pick as your captain?
I'm with it right now, and even putting Embiid in there, if you want to fit Harden and Simmons, you're gonna get stuck.
So if let's just say we put utility, we put Harden and Simmons in as utility.
Yeah.
And then I know you guys you mentioned Fareed, right?
Butler is like 35 2K points per game. Like it's only a 2-game sample, but yeah, I mean 35 would be. I mean that's a pretty good number. Yeah, that's Redick. I don't know if we were to put. Are you trying to put a cheaper guy at the captain right now? Or?
I mean, I just tried putting Embiid at captain with Harden and Simmons at the utility, and Kenneth Fareed and Nene. I had 1-7 left over.
All right, let's see. So you said Embiid is captain and then Fareed is utility?
No, I don't even think you can put Embiid at captain.
Well, if we go like cheaper at captain, I mean, JJ's. I mean, if we're going high risk, I mean, JJ can get you 40 points here, and he's somewhat cheap. I mean, he's.
So instead of this double up, do you think we go more higher risk then if we're going at a cheaper captain like JJ?
Yeah. I mean, unless Embiid news comes out. I mean, obviously it's going to come out before this because it's a single game.
Yeah.
But for now, we'll just assume Embiid's going to be in.
Okay. Perfect.
And then if anything changes, we can always post something on Twitter later.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, and for those who don't follow us, you can follow us on Twitter at Occupy Fantasy. You can follow me personally on Twitter at CFB_Moose. Always forget you guys' Twitter, so you guys can shout it out.
I also just looked. I tried to make a lineup with Redick, Harden, Simmons, and Joel. If you want to fit all 4 of those with Redick at captain, you got 700 left over total.
Hey, what are you trying to do?
If you put Redick at captain and the Joel, Harden, Simmons at utility.
Well, if we don't do Simmons, we could probably go down. I mean, Simmons doesn't get too much of a boost without Butler, I don't think. I can.
All right, so we're going high risk, like you said. This is actually a 10x booster, which is basically kind of like a single entry GPP almost. So we're just gonna go back with wrong game, my bad. Whoopsie. Continue, guys' chats. I'm sorry.
Let's see. Where to go? I mean, TJ is probably gonna have to play a little more.
Korkmaz. Don't forget about
that. Korkmaz leaves us it's a weird gap. If you put Korkmaz, well, if we're doing high risk, and we put JJ at the captain, and then we fill it in with Harden and Embiid under it, and then if we go Fareed, who's min priced, which I mean it's somewhat high risk just because you don't know how much he's actually going to get.
Yeah.
How many minutes? But I mean, as long as he gets over 15, I'm confident he's going to beat his $1,000 price tag.
So all right, so I found a triple up. That was the best that we could find. So we put Redick, Harden, Embiid. And then you said maybe we put Fareed in for some salary savings. Are we still on the board with that?
Yeah, like a great salary saver.
That's crazy. It's only $1,000.
Shamit at 1.6.
All right, so then we got basically 5,100 left per player. And I'm just looking. I know we talked about Chandler earlier. Do you guys like him maybe in a single game?
Taylor could be a good fit in this single game. I'm looking up Landry Shamet without Jimmy Butler. He didn't really get much of a boost.
Mm-hmm.
If you were to go, I mean, PJ Tucker's been. I don't know how they're going to match him up against Embiid, but he's been playing very good lately. He's been getting. I mean, last game was his worst since he started. He got 99 with 34 fantasy points. Gordon, I like Gordon a lot, but if we were to put him in, we would have 5, and there's not much down there.
All right,
If we go, I mean, if we're going high risk, I mean, I guess it's okay to leave 1,500 on the.
Yeah, absolutely, especially for single game. Yeah, and then so I know it cut out a little bit when you guys talked about PJ Tucker. Was that the person you were thinking about putting in?
No, actually, we looked up Eric Gordon.
Eric Gordon. Okay. Yeah.
He's back. Yes, he played 32 minutes last game. I'm guessing his restriction shouldn't be there anymore.
Okay. Yeah, so we put in Gordon, and then I know, I think, Garrett, you said something about Shamet, putting him in, leaving.
No, I was looking at Shamet, and I saw maybe he'd get a boost with Jimmy Butler, but he's only averaging about 12 DraftKings points per game without Jimmy Butler.
Okay.
I think if you were going to pay for one of the 2 cheap shooting guards for the Sixers, it would be Korkmaz.
Especially since
He's
he's probably
going to start.
With whom, you said?
Furkan Korkmaz, yeah. I mean, he should get the start tonight. I'm not sure what Brett wants to do, but he should be the one. If he does, he should get around 20 to 25 fantasy points, and he only costs $1,000.
Okay.
We'll make sure to tweet out the updates on that as they come in.
Absolutely, yeah. So I like this one, especially for high risk. So let's go ahead and put it in.
Yeah, this slate's nasty for cash.
Yeah.
Because everyone's gonna try and either fit Jimmy, James Harden or Joel Embiid in there.
I know it's gonna be so tough, and then you know what's gonna happen is gonna be like 5 minutes before lock. It's gonna say, or like exactly, yeah, and then we're all gonna be fucked. Yeah, so we built a bunch of lineups today, man. We did some single games. We did the 4-game slate. It was definitely really fun. Do you guys enjoy it?
Yeah, no, it was good. It's good first one.
Yeah, definitely.
We'll
Hopefully,
have many more to do later on.
And I'm sure we'll have a GoFundMe for Garrett to get a better headset, microphone, so he doesn't sound like trash.
Yeah, you could go invest in one of these Apple ones and not have any problems.
Definitely. So I think here we don't have any lingering questions. Go ahead and follow us on Occupy on Twitter at Occupy Fantasy. Follow us on Twitch. Hit the heart up like in that area. Definitely helps us out a lot. We'll definitely be doing these again soon. I'm sure we'll be doing something for the Super Bowl. We got our Super Bowl props guide up, available starting 127. Any other lingering thoughts, guys?
Just good luck tonight, and we'll tweet out any updates that have to be put out.
Go Sixers.
Sixers trash. All right, cool. Have fun, people. Let's win some money, and see you guys next time.
All right.